We are East Liverpool. The final night at Legacy Studios, thanks to Jimmy Joe Savage and the pride of Heritage Thermal Services, J.T. Higgins, and the historic East End of East Liverpool, and Raymond Wayne. We're going to tell you all about what they do. And leading the charge, here he is from the Carriage House, a big supporter of your Pratt Pack for years when doing Potter Sports in the heart of East Liverpool in Wellsville, Ohio. Scott Shepard. Scott, good to see you. Hey.
I'm glad to be here.
Let's talk about We Are East Liverpool, a group of eclectic businesses in East Liverpool and the area getting together to do nothing but promote good news.
Exactly. It's a panel that was put together by Heritage Thermal to promote East Liverpool, promote pride in East Liverpool. It's a nice organization, and it's a very diverse organization as far as there's business people, civic leaders, there's people from the city involved, and it's just a great group for the city.
You know, I've always been a fan of Heritage Thermal Services, even before they became the new owner with the new name, because business, hundreds of people with employment, and they do a good service. And you said because of this We Are East Liverpool and getting together and breaking bread with people like Raymond Wayne, you had a chance to actually go inside and see for yourself, and you were pretty impressed.
I was. We all know the plant is there, but there's kind of a mystery behind it. And I had the opportunity to tour the plant as part of this community advisory panel, and I learned a lot. I learned a lot about the safeguards that are in place, how things are handled, and I think if a lot of people had that same experience, there'd be some different opinions.
Well, you know, as I said, even when it was Waste Technology Industries, I was all for it. Now, the election yesterday, we're done talking about it, folks. I think we put a ribbon on it a long time ago, but for the sake of discussing it, because it's just a little over 24 hours since the polls closed, we just wanted to take time to talk about what now is going to happen with the 45th President of the United States, Donald Trump, who's all about business. He's made his name in business, Wharton School of Business graduate, and an entrepreneur second to none. And my dream is that they get together, meaning his cabinet, with government and find a way to blend them together, meaning government and business, and making it work for the greater good, as Donald Trump says, to make America great again. You being the owner of small business, and Small Business Saturdays coming up in a couple of weeks, we're going to be doing something with Andy Amrine from EV True Value on News Radio 1020 KDK to salute that. I've always been a huge fan of it, and for the years that I was here doing play-by-play sports, yourself and many others would always step up to make sure that games got on the radio. Here's my question to you. Even though you've got freshly paved streets, Newcastle School of Trade getting ready to open their doors on Friday, an amazing job they've done at the old Ogilvy's building, Mayor Ryan Stovall and others, new developments taking place. Main Street America needs a big boost, and I'm hoping that industry will be able to do that, especially with the Shell cracker plant. Pat Toomey gets reelected to the U.S. Senate in Pennsylvania. Donald Trump's all about the coal industry. Of course, you've got that right across the Ohio River in West Virginia. The possibility of more of these petrochemical plants coming along the Ohio River could mean a whole influx of cash to the region. But in the meantime, it's been a struggle, and I admire you for staying the course. And I said to you when we were in the kitchen eating some delicious food from Casa de Emmanuel, another great small business, Lou, of course, Valino, part of this We Are East Liverpool campaign. How is it that the big box stores have not been able to destroy the Main Street florist? Everybody has one, and it seems as though they've been able to really weather the storm. Why is that?
Well, I think part of it is because of the fact of customer service, and you're dealing with the people one-on-one. And, you know, we've lost the casual customer as far as somebody who's going home from work and just picking up flowers on their way. But the fact of the matter is when you need that personal service, that's when we come into play, and that's how we're able to maintain our business.
Tell me about the history of your business. I find it fascinating. It was one of the very first businesses that I noticed when I came to East Liverpool back in the early 1980s, and it was a staple of the community then, and it still is today. And you have really withstood the test of time, as I said earlier, because a lot of businesses have come and gone, and since you opened the doors many, many years ago. Tell me the history of the Carriage House.
Well, my parents bought the Carriage House in the mid-'60s, and it's actually over 100 years old. It was the John Kyle Company before, and it dates back to before 1900, and they actually grew their own flowers in Glenmore. And it was a family business, just as it is now, and we've just kept up the tradition started by my dad, and we try new things, and you just have to kind of keep rolling with the times.
Well, it's worked, and I thank you so much. And folks, please check out their Facebook page. We are East Liverpool. Now, up close and personal on me as we get ready to saddle up in Vios Condios as we are leaving town for the final time. But we will turn to just break bread and spend time with our friends. But as far as these videos, the whole idea was to come maybe 1 or 2 times to Legacy Studios and to promote Potter football and the region. But as things have happened since the original time that I left here in '99, the Pratte Pack has a full plate and very busy, but I did not want to stop until football season came to an end, and we had a couple of little things that we had to tie up some loose ends before we left town. But I just want everyone to know it was a joy coming back for these 3 months and getting reacquainted with a lot of friends. And the thing that I will take with me tonight as I roll out of town, I understand why this has always kind of been my adopted hometown, and you all have a very special place in my heart. And for everything that you've done for me through the decades, I will be grateful. So until we meet again, good night, East Liverpool.